What if Germany won World War II? Welcome back to Immersive History. What if scenarios are one of the things that fascinate us the most when we study world history? Issues that, if they had been resolved, would have altered the destiny of human history. What would have become of the world? Several historians and history buffs make what-if predictions about historical events for people all around the world. Yet, as many would have been subjected to racial or ethnic destruction, the main question that would have altered the course of modern history and how people exist or don't exist is what if Hitler and Nazi Germany won World War II? A question that gives those that are aware of the crimes committed by Nazi Germany and Hitler's plans for world dominance shivers down their spines. How was it possible for Germany to win World War II? Considering how Hitler would have won the war in the first place is the first step in the equation. First and foremost, we need to turn around from power-hungry fascist errors. Hitler would have needed to stop his war on two fronts during the winter in order to launch the attack on the Soviet Union. Britain, which was on the verge of collapse and would have been dealt with forcefully if Germany's priority had not shifted to dealing with Russia immediately, should have been his main concern. Any likelihood of Britain surviving would be reduced if aerial attacks were launched earlier and the airspace of Britain was also attacked. Only after dealing with Britain will a timely attack on Russia likely lead to success. Hitler's declaration of war on the US is the second error that needs to be corrected. With the distance between them and the resources the US possessed, it is unlikely that Germany would have been able to defeat the US. As a result, a peace agreement would need to be arranged in which the US agreed to take no action and allow Hitler to rule Europe as he desires. Hitler will grant territory to Mussolini as a result of his alliance with Italy after eliminating the Americans as a factor and conquering all of Europe. Hitler, though, would always hold the real authority. It would be safe to conclude that Germany would have won World War II after defeating Russia and Britain. Following World War II, Hitler would have been able to carry out his goals for world dominance after the war with the support of Japan and Italy. What is most likely to occur then once Germany had effectively ruled over a sizable portion of both Europe and Asia? Possibly a new conflict. Hitler would likely begin waging war on nations he viewed as inferior, since we are aware that his ultimate goal is complete global dominance. He would undertake an offensive against the northern nations, effectively annexing nations like Finland and Denmark. Russia is likely to provide a staging area for the German army's disposable troops and men, who would be thrown into war with little concern for their lives. Although the British and French armies were already destroyed, Germany would take over additional territories in Africa that belonged to them, with little to no resistance from those nations. Along with this, it is virtually inconceivable how many more crimes against human rights will be committed against Jews, Roma, and other races and ethnicities that Hitler does not consider worthy. Hitler would be well on his way to controlling the entire world and forcing it to work for the superior Aryan races thanks to these allegiance and aggressive wars against nations that were not under his control. What would life be like? Free speech, elections, and self-determination would all be banned, and all nations ruled by the Nazis would start to be heavily Germanized. Within a decade, German would be the official language, along with German culture, the Reichsmarks as the official money, and the swastika as the national flag. Life would be easy if you were an Aryan provided you repeated Nazi talking points and committed complete obedience to Hitler. All German citizens would receive free healthcare and education, and the German economy would probably experience the same kind of explosive expansion that Britain saw when creating the British Empire, making life for the obedient Nazi extremely comfortable. Based on one of the main principles of Nazism, the leader principle, there probably wouldn't be as much intra-Nazi backstabbing or pushes as depicted in the show, i.e., you give total obedience to the man in charge. Hitler held a position of authority, placing his word above all written law, and he had chosen a successor. The Führerprinzip must not be violated, since doing so would betray Nazism. Life would be in various degrees of awful and may be very short if you didn't fit the Aryan model or received honorary Aryan status. Thank God they failed. Thanks to everyone who battled against them. The Man in the High Castle, both the book and the television adaptation, are excellent resources if you've ever wondered what the world might have been like if Nazi Germany had won World War II. But it's likely that the reality would have been much worse than anything a science fiction author could have imagined. And this marks the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching this, please let us know by giving us a thumbs up. If you want to know immediately when a new video is uploaded, then activate the bell to be notified whenever we upload a new one. We'll see you in our next video. Thank you.